Hi, my name is Scott Cook. Average Joe. Grew up in the country. I served in the military for a little while. Got a degree in aircraft mechanics. I work on Caterpillar equipment. Now, why am I telling you this? Because if you have basic common sense and a small knowledge of mechanical ability, you can do what I'm about to show you how to do. I have a boat that was given to me. It had heavy oxidation on it. And I didn't do anything with it. I watched a lot of videos on how to get this oxidation out and how to make it look good. And just, it seemed like all the videos were just selling their product, not really giving you a true information on how to do the job and how to get it done right. So I decided, well, I'm going to make my video. I've already started on this boat, and I've gotten pretty much about over a third of the way done on it. Now the key to this is when you do the process that I'm about to show you, always start it out in a little area where you can't really see it. Because if you don't get it done right or it doesn't show up right, well, nobody knows, right? Alrighty, so what I did was, after talking to some friends in auto body, they do auto body work, and I talked to some friends that do work on gel coats and stuff like that. None of them really wanted to give up their secrets, obviously. They wanted to just, well, bring it in and I'll do it. No, I want to do it myself. So this is a how-to on how to remove oxidation from a gel coat. Now the boat I have is heavy oxidated. What do I mean by heavy oxidation? It's easy to tell if a boat has a lot of oxidation on it. If you look right here, this surface right here, see how matte finish it is? It's no reflective properties at all, and it's faded. This is the original color of the boat. This is heavy oxidation. That's one of the worst cases of oxidation I've seen on a boat in a really long time. How do you prevent oxidation on your boat? You wax it. Wax the boat at least twice a year while you're using it, and always keep it covered while not in use. Keep it in a garage. Keep it covered with a boat cover. You can get boat covers anywhere from $60, and you can spend as much as, hell, you can spend as much as $200, $300, maybe even more for them. So getting back to the process. The process is the items. Okay, the items you need. Here we go. We'll do that. The items you need. Very few items do you need. You only need wet sandpaper. This is wet sandpaper. Usually it is black. The sand on it is black. And then if you look at the back, it'll tell you it's a wet, dry sandpaper. Now, don't use it as a dry sandpaper. If you don't keep it wet, it clogs up quick and you go through a lot of sandpaper. If you want to do this job and at a minimal expense, keep the sandpaper wet. Well, how do I keep it wet? Do I use a water hose? No, what you want to do is you want to pick you up a squirt bottle like this, fill it full of water, and then once it's full of water, put a couple drops of Dawn, Ivory, hand soap, liquid soap. It's all it has to be. You don't no product of a certain kind. Just get you some liquid soap. Put a couple drops in there. It helps the sandpaper to glide over a lot easier, and it makes the job a lot easier. Now, when you're using this wet sandpaper, you don't want to use your fingers to rub it on, except for in small spots. What you want to do is you want to use a sanding block. This is a typical sanding block. It's got little grips here where you can put your sandpaper in. You can get these at any hardware store, automotive store. Easy to find. Okay. The other products you need. You're going to need a buffer. It doesn't have to be a great buffer. But don't chimp out on the buffer. Find a friend that's got a good buffer. Use it. The speeds you want to use the buffer at are anywhere from 1100 RPM to about 1800 RPM. Don't use any buffers that are faster than that. And also, don't use the foam pad that comes with the buffers. You want to use that wool looking pad. That's the pad you want to use when it comes time to using that, and I'll explain that to you in a little bit. But right now, we'll get to the sanding part. When you're sanding, don't go lazy and use an orbital sander or a DA or something like that, because if you do, it's going to cause more problems than you want. Trust me, I know. So just hand sand it. Yeah, it's tedious, takes time, but you're trying to restore your boat back to brand new. Even if you're wanting to sell it or whatever, it's going to sell better. What products do you want to use? I'm not going to tell you the exact product I use, because I'm not here to pimp products. I'm here to show you how to get your boat squared away in a quick manner. Now, what you do is you first start off with the wet sandpaper. Start out with the 400 grit and you start sanding. Now, this is what 400 grit sandpaper looks like on this. I started out and I'm like, well, I don't see a difference and I don't think it's doing any good. But I continued on. And I went to 600 grit. Then I went to 1500 grit. All the time, wet sanding. When you're wet sanding, keep it wet. Keep the water on it. It won't clog the paper up. The paper will last longer. You'll use less paper. Now, after I did all that, then I got this compound. The compound is a oxidation remover compound. So you want to use that compound, you go ahead and get on it. Get it on your buffer. Don't just spread it on your buffer and then start it, because if you do that, you're going to have a mess. What you want to do is you want to put it on your buffer or put it on the surface, and once it's on the surface, rub it in until it's almost where you can't see it. When you're done with that buffing process, this is what you're going to end up with. Look at that. You can see the reflection of my hand in the clear coat. Now, it doesn't look like the original color. I don't think that you can ever really get it back to the original color because of the oxidation, but you can get close. I'm going to post this on Facebook, see what it does. If everybody likes it, then I'll go ahead and put it on YouTube for a longer video. I'm restoring this old boat, and I may even throw pictures up on it or another video when I'm done. Have any questions, by all means, give me a call, text me, or message me on Facebook. Well, that's it. I'm Scott Cook, Average Joe. Hey, Average Joe. That's how you get clear coat out of, to look good in your boat.